and on Facebook and on eBay, all the same name on all three. So yeah, so go over, subscribe. Well, subscribe here, but follow or friend on Facebook. I'm just fixing up my little doobalaggy. No, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm just fixing up my settings so they stay looking good. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I've got coins from Willy's MilkBar, and I've got some rolls of 50s from my little bank. There was 10-cent pieces as well, $20 worth, which was 200 coins. Too many to look through, and it would have taken me an hour just to go through them. So out of $20 of tens, I got two large head 2001 varieties, and one of them is a standard, so you can see the difference. But two all spaced IRB. I'll zoom them up. So you got large head, all spaced. Let me spread that a bit. Large head, all spaced, and that's the standard I spaced RB joined. On the standard, on this one, it's not all joined, it's I spaced RB joined. And so two large heads I've got out there, large head 2001s. And two error coins. So 2020 with cud on the zero just there. Nice one. Nice tail coming off. Nothing in the tail. Whereas where you do find them in the tail here, on the zero, inside the zero, on the one, anywhere down the one, and on the feet. Excuse me. And I have seen die clashes in between these two. So you can, I mean, all coins look out for die clash. It can happen on any of them. But yeah, so a nice cut error on a 2020. And they're gone up to 25 mil now, so no worries about finding the coin. But finding with errors, I don't know. We'll see how other people find them. And this one was a pretty rare find. A 1998 with a really nice big chips out of the die here. So a nice long one there and there. Just there. No die cracks. Sometimes you get die cracks to go with these. But on a 98, for me, that's rare. That's really scarce rare. You know, 99s is what I started off. I've told everyone the story a million times probably. But I started off, I was doing pre-decimal before 99. But in 1999, on the news, they said that people were finding these coins, these 10-cent coins with cud errors in the tail. And it was on the news, made the news. And I dived down to Safeway, which is Woolworths now, the next day. And I got 12 10-cent pieces, new 1999s that they had out of the drawer. Because in the news, it was somebody got it from a Safeway, which is now Woolworths. And so I went there because there was one near me. Anyway, I got 12 uncirculated 1999s, and in there was 3 that had cut errors. That's what started me off on doing what I'm showing you guys now. I'm trying to show what to learn and find. And so from then on, it's all been from 99s onwards I've found them. I think that would be the very first 1998. I'd have to look at my pictures because that's where I take pictures of stuff so I remember. I'd have to look at them, but I'm pretty sure I haven't got a 98, let alone having a 98 with that much done to it. 99s, you can get them to this stage with right through, but none of the other years. That's the only year I've seen 99. Every other year is just a cut down here, was or one little bit in there, mainly down in that point there that's missing. So that's really, to me, that's really scarce rare, you know. So anyway, so that's how that 20 of 10s was 2 error coins, and that's really wrapped with that one. Seriously, and to have so much in there, that's really beauty. Jobby, how you going, buddy? So yeah, I get 2 thumbs up, mate. Yeah, you're right. That's it. Yeah, so 2 large head 2001s, all spaced IRB, and 2 error coins. Really rare, scarce, that one. I don't know, I'd have to check to see if any are selling, if anybody's got any. But for me, since 1999, I don't think I've found any lower than 99. They've all been 99 onwards. So yeah, anyway, that was pretty good. Out of 2 coins. All right, so now we'll go to the other coins from Willy's, which was $2 coins and 20c coins. I haven't opened them up, but I did see, as I put these down, there was one colour and there's another one in there. I think it's Captain Feathersword. So I don't look at them, it's no fun. I want to be just, I'd show it on here, the surprise if something that was that colour, but was a 2013, you know. Another coronation from down there would be nice. I've had 2. Look at that coin. They are still saying that these coins are coming in from the fires up in New South Wales. Nothing wrong with them. It's still totally usable. And that's what I've seen a lot now. It has to be. These have to be out of the ashes and the burns of the fires for sure. That's all carbon. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bit of history stayed in the coins because there was coins in all those houses. There was you know. Yeah. So definitely some come back. I'd expect a heap more to be coming through. I've seen quite a few now. All right, so we got the A for the Commonwealth Games 2022, and they brought out AUS and a pack of, this was Woolies. You get them from the Mint too. I think Mint still might have them. And they were in were they in a 7-pack? Yeah, it's 4 $1, and each $1 has, I think, maybe 12 events on it or something. So each one's different. But the dollars weren't meant for circulation. These ones were. They went in the till to go out, the A, and there's a big U and an S, and they were in the pack. And probably around, 250 to 400,000. They're very low mintages. The $1 and the 1 cents that have been in their packs. Not the $2 are. They're up to 2 million. Maybe some of 4, but between 2 and 4. But the ones in the packs that have not the $2, but the other coins they put in there, the $1 and the 1 cents, man, they're low mintage. They're only like the majority is 250,000 for their pack, so or less. But I think Possum Magic was 400,000 for 2017. But anyhow. So they're very low mintage, the $1 that are in them. And then a Captain Feathersword, another one, 7-coin pack, 4 $2 coins, and 6-coin pack, 4 $2 coins and 2 $1 coins that had, I can show you one. I'll show you one that I dug out the other day. So there was 2 $1 coins in there. This is the original crew. in the big red car, and they had another $1, and it had the new crew in there. And it was funny because Emma just left there after they brought him out, the redhead girl in there, the yellow in the new crew. She got on the coins and on the pack, and she left. So got her 15 minutes. Anyhow, so yeah, so that's the crew, the old crew in that. Anyway, that's what was in there. 2 of them, and for $2. I knew that light was going to crash out. Let me just change my light. Another one. Yeah, so anyway, that's what you want, is the $1 low mid. I think these were I think somebody told me they were 220,000 only. So yeah, for the $1, the packs, the packs were, but the $1 were in there. So very low midage. So anyway, two colours, and yeah, can't see any rim cuds on them. Flip them over. I don't rotate these. I'm really not bothered with them. I've sort of been taking, well, I take them off him because I'm going in the bank anyway, but truth is that's all I've been getting is 1 or 2 Willy stuff. So here, just looking from up here about my mag. It's just starting to rain here, I can just hear it. Yeah, it's the 93s and the 98s are pretty hard to come by too. 14, as well as my 11s, 12s, but I'm not really fussed on them. Then you get the large and small head 99, that's a large head. It's the small head that you want to try and find, the standard, really hard. About anywhere from 20 to 30 large head to 1 small standard head on the 99. Very hard to tell the difference, like half a mil difference. And I've got videos showing you how to identify them. I've got 90 coins, put them together, and out of that 90, only 11 was small head. Just to let you know that that's how hard the oh, I was opening that on the 20th here from Woody, Willy, from Woody. Woody runs it, and it's Willy's MilkBar. It's Willy because that's the name of the street that it's in. I'll just stand these up. Oh man, you're typing like crazy. I haven't looked over it. I'm just oh yeah. A colour rotation doesn't mean anything on any of those coins because they're not orientated when they go in to be sprayed. They're just shuffled down, and however they are, however they are, exactly like the Aboriginal flag and that. Way too much. In the proofs, they're correct. If you get a proof and it's not right, now you've got to colour out. But all the others are just whatever, however the coin turns up, it gets this colour. So yeah, don't worry about any of that. There's no errors, no nothing. That's just how they are. They don't orientate them. They just imagine doing every coin. They have to do them by hand like they do the proofs. No. So the coins just come down and however they are. So all of those ones, there's no orientation for them. What there is, that's what you want to try and look for. I should clear that up, like with the Aboriginal flag, making sure it's orientated correctly. But it's a chance hit. I had 9 rolls of the $2 coins, those Aboriginal flag, and out of that I had 2 out of 9 rolls, 2 that were exact, 9 to 3 o'clock, exact. 2 out of 9 rolls. So, and then out of those 9 rolls, I only had 10 coins that were anywhere near ticking the 4 boxes for those coins. All of them tick the 3 boxes for grading out of 9 coins. And out of those 10, there was only 2, and I still got them, that would be any good to be sent off for grading. 2 out of 9 rolls. So it shows you how bad the rolls are in uncirculated. You get rolls, they're not going to be perfect in there. You'd be lucky if you get 2 or 3 out of the roll that's perfect. In actual fact, you'd be lucky if you got 1. So buying rolls of uncirculated coins doesn't guarantee that they're going to be looking well like that. You know, take that smudge off, but the nice minted, no marks, no. They're very, very scarce to find a top-rate uncirculated coin. That's why, you know, people pay good money for the PCGS stuff, because to find the coin in the first place, to send it over to them to get it done, well, you just don't. They're not that easy to come by. They really aren't. This would have been good uncirculated. Would have been nice. And we'll zip through these. My lights are dying on me, one by one. You rotten things. That's another one gone. Let me see if I can put this one up here. Oh, it seems to be all right. Oh, who's dropped in? Michael, how you going, buddy? Oh, okay. Thanks, buddy. Well, I've got something in the mail to pick up today when I go over there. I've got to post some stuff today. Yeah, I wonder if it's that quick. You'd have to be living like around the bend, mate, to get that quick. But there is something there for me to pick up in me mailbox. Oh, don't even worry about them. They've made. Oh, we don't know the mintage on them, but they're going to be huge. The 20 cents are always huge. And you got your 2019 JC at 3 mil, and then you got your changeover at 4.5. And I mean, that's it, except for the 85, if you find one, at 2.7 million. And then all the rest are all, well, then you got your 71. It's 9 million. And you got your volunteers, 2003, 7.5 mil. Your 2011 volunteers, 6.1. Your 2013 Canberra, that's 6.2. And then your 2021 JC is 7.1. I mean, seriously, you've got your JC 2019 is, and if you can find an 85. And that's it. Everything else is over 4 mil. Everything. Yeah, your JC at 3 and everything else is just, you're going to find them every day of the week, except for that 85. But you're going to find all of them every day of the week. You got your 68s, 40 million, and people pay the most for them uncirculated. God knows why. But there's 40 million of them. So I wouldn't be, that's for sure. Yes, the 20 cents is as in the low mintage figure. Nah, it's your federations. All right, so I forgot to mention them. So your lowest mintages are your federations. That's it, outright. At 2 to 3 mil. It's probably an 81, that one. Oh, I can see it's got curve-based letters there. So that's a Canadian 81. Curve-based letters at the bottom. Yeah. And a flat planchet, because they use less pressure in Canada. So it's a Canadian 3.5. Yep, there's the half right there. Didn't even need to turn it over for that. There's only one thing you got to look for. Just one thing. You don't have to look for anything else on these coins for an 81 Canadian. One thing only. And the one thing only is this is the only coin of the 3 minted that has curve-based letters, or fish-tailed, or scalloped. This has been hit a bit there. Oh, there's a little and the bottom of that one. So it goes up and in. It's got a little kick in it. The H has a little kick in it. The T has a kick in it. The I's have a kick in them. The T has a kick. The I has a kick. The 1 has a kick, and the 1 has a kick. Somewhere on there, if it's hit and worn, one of them you'll be able to see. In this case, we can see the T. And normally that I is pretty good, and it is again. That I have to say, is the best letter of all of them to look for. If it's got that, it's a half claw. As soon as you turn it over, you've got a half a claw. Anything else missing, like see how that secretly missing is gone, and then it's there. That's because the shadows play around with your eyes, make sure you get things right. But there's your half claw, privy mark. That privy mark states something. All privy marks say something, and that one says, look at me, I was made in Canada. That's dye fill going on that 4th claw. So it's got a bit of dye fill error, but that's what we're looking for, half claw. And here, the nostrils are the same as on the Canberra nostrils. They're big, open nostrils. So the Canberra and the Welsh have big open nostrils. The Canberra and the Canadian have big open nostrils. The Welsh have small, wider slit nostrils. The Canberra and the Welsh both have flat base letters. This is the only one with curved base. So between the Canberra and the Welsh, the only difference is those nostrils. Canberra has the big and Welsh has the small, spaced. They look like teardrops flicked on the side. Alright, so that's a Canadian minted 1981, 50 million. And as far as I'm concerned, that's how many there are, 50 million. Not like what was all the rage back in late 90s, early 2000s, where it was widely broadcast in coin magazines, the whole lot. They even questioned me at one stage about what I was saying about those coins. And yeah, well, I won the day, boys, didn't I? That every one of them, as far as I'm concerned, is the same because it's a privy mark. It wasn't an error, it's a privy mark. Why would they only mint a couple? They wanted everybody to know all 50 million were made in Canada. So that's why they did it. And they did another privy mark, which is they use curved base letters. They're saying something too. They're saying I was made in Canada. That's saying I was made in Canada. All privy marks say a story. That's what that is. I've never found a Canadian without, I've never found a curved base letter ever without half claw, first half claw. And I've had tens of thousands of those things in my hand now. I used to do 20 cents, it's like, I really hit the 20 cents is big time. Oh, look at that back then. In 2007, I was hitting them hugely, as well as before that. Anyway, I've had tons of them, and I've never had a curved base letter 1981 with anything but a half claw on the other side. So they did all 50 mil. And the Coin magazine was trying to tell me that no, that's not true. And, you know, trying to baffle me with BS, and I dazzled them with brilliance in the end because I was right. Everyone, as far as I'm concerned, every one of them are. So there's 50 million of them. The prices that they were charging at that stage was $180 for an uncirculated because of that BS that was going around about the fact that they were low mint. Now you can get them uncirculated for what, 30, 35 bucks. So all those people that bought those coins for all those years at those massive prices for them uncirculated have now got, I don't know, 75% of their value taken off them. So anyway, that's what happens when things like that don't get checked out properly. And I did enough to stand up to the fact I told them. But they're all half claw. This is an extremely scarce find here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah. Come on, the wavy, yeah. This is an extremely scarce find. Let me just check it. It looks like that's gapped. I'm going to have to check it. Stay on that for a sec. A little bit closer. Got a bit of light. Put my head on the camera, aren't I? Just bear with me, folks, because you know you got to check these things before you can. Yeah, it is. It's an extremely rare find. A lot of people might not think it is, but I'm telling you, it is. What we have here is a 2001. It's got the standard SD on there, just to let you know you can get a small SD on these. All right, this is the standard SD, so it hasn't got small SD. But what we've got is the hardest of these 2001s to find, and that goes for the platypus and the Federation. And what we have is an I spaced RB joint. That is extremely scarce. You're going to find these are all joined, and you'll find them all spaced. All the time. They're the two. All joined continuously, because that's what the standard is. And if you're lucky, you'll find an all spaced, which I've explained many times, and I've got videos, and I think I did a post, or I've got videos showing the 2001 IRB. I just did one the other week for everybody to have a look and see how to identify them. And that is gapped. It's not joined. Now they're all joined. That eye could be a little bit closer, but it's got a bridge on the bottom that joins the two. So it has a bridge on the bottom that joins the two. But this one's clear, and the RB is correct, and so that's this I spaced RB joint. They are so that I can't say how scarce these are. They're extremely scarce. In the platypus, extremely scarce. You'll find a large head and an all joined all day long till you'll find one of these. I swear, that is it. Because I've only got like two of these, you know. Snapping those because he sent me some pictures of stuff of his ones, and I've been told, you know, no, it's all joined, and or it's been all spaced, because you just, these are extremely scarce, extremely scarce. So, like I said, I've got two. This could be the second one. I'd have to dig it out. This could be three or two. In years. And I check these all the time, and this is the one I'm looking for all the time, is that I spaced RB joint in the platypus. That is an extremely scarce coin, that one, and you need that for your three. So you got the all joined, I spaced RB joined, and all spaced for your three coins of the platypus, and then you want all three of them again with the small SD variety on there. So that's six. If you can find them all with the small SD. I've got them on the large head and the standard, and I'm pretty sure I've found it on this one too. I've had them many years ago, but I've only got two, or this could be the second or three in a couple of years. Very hard to find. And now you can get the same on the Federation coins. All right, but here's the thing with the Federation coins. Some Federation coins have or joined, I spaced RB join, and all spaced. Some have just all joined and no other variety. I should say one, maybe some. Then some have I spaced RB join and all spaced, but don't have an all join. So not all of them have 3. So in the federations, this I spaced RB join, I know for the ACT is extremely rare, scarce in the ACT. The ACT, you'll get it all joined and all spaced, but finding it with an I spaced RB, extremely scarce. But then Victoria has all 3, if I remember. But I'm pretty sure, like, say, Canberra, or I'll be guessing. The other ones have got 1 and 2, but the 2 could be a makeup of any of those 3. And then some have got 3. So I used to have them. I got all the pictures. They're in my hard drive that's shorted out. For all that, for all the different states and territories that had the different ones, I had them all in pictures. And I was buying them on Circulating in rolls. Anyway, so, but that, take it from me, that's extremely scarce. And that was a long talk on that one, because that is, it's a one a year, really scarce. And anyway, so on the platypus, extremely scarce. But on the federations, I do know the ACT, like rare, scared, very scared for the ACT with that one. But it'll be, I'm pretty sure, like Victoria, I'm pretty sure any that have the 3, the I spaced RB, not the large head, but the middle one is the one that you just won't find. Yeah, that it's, so when all 3 are existent on a coin, it's not the large head, it's the middle one you want to be trying to find. And you'll see now I'm doing it extremely hard. Now this one, all joined. He doesn't have any varieties. And there's the all joined. See the difference with the eye? It's touching right into it. And the RB on the all joined and the I spaced RB has a B, has an R that's rounded into the bottom of the B. So it's actually part of that bottom B. It kicks it. Whereas on the all spaced, it stops short, but the space is minimal. But see, the RB is correct. It goes into the B and becomes 1. The all joined, the all spaced, that R stops short. And the B kept that serif at the top, at the bottom, they kept it. So the space between them is a fly's wing. You got to look from down the top this way, up, look at the light and check it really, you know, like I was doing there. Anyway, so there's a very rare occurrence. That's an I spaced RB join and an all join. See if you can find one of them. On the federations, you will, maybe. Very hard to find in any of the ones that have it on there. But on the platypus, that's very scarce to rare. Absolutely. No, you chuck them out. Anyway, Donnie Bradman, beautiful. Yeah, 10 mil on him, but we all keep him. Man, I haven't even got through this batch yet. Talk about waffling. Eh? Anyway, you won't learn if I don't talk. That's 72. 16 million. No, thank you. Alright, last batch of 20s. There's 100 coins. We got cockies going over here like nuts. The Corellas, the white ones, destroying everything. Been going over in flocks of hundreds. I don't know where. I do know where they're going to, because I'll take a photo one day down the street here on the sort of a highway road. It's just white for as far as you can see. It's those, they're just digging up the grass. Oh look, it's Smiley and Smiley. That's a muggle. Muggle mouth. Yeah, there you go. 2011. I don't even know the mintage on them because I haven't even been interested in them, but I don't know. Who knows? It's not very well designed, eh? Kudos to whoever does it all, because big job, but yeah, the smiley teeth and smile, that's a bit much. Come on, 85. 66. Come on, 66 wavy. Be nice. I'd go for a uni face 20 cents though. Over that. Or a cap 20. And get the wave variety on these. So there's a gap between the head and the wave tip, and that's a privy mark that Canberra Mint put on the 2008, so it's another privy mark. And they did exactly the same on the 66 20 cents. That's how you tell the difference between the London wavy 2 variety, or error, I don't know what it is, variety error, and the Canberra of that year. This is what the 66 London looked like, joined, and on the Canberra 66, same as what came out now on these 2008s, there's a gap between the wave tip and the platypus, and that was a privy mark that they put on there. The very first year is 66, because they passed law in 64 that no circulating coins will have or can have a mint mark on them. So they got around their own law that they put in 64. The same very people, and I reckon it's a funny joke that they produced their very first coins they produced. Every coin for 66, they put a privy mark on it. Hey? And so did Perth. So everyone jumped on board. So everybody knows if the mint can do privy marks, they can do them. And so the 81 that we got there, that's a privy mark, because they can't put a mint mark on here. So they put privy marks, which is a disguised mint mark. Yeah, so I thought it was quite a funny joke that they did that. Anyway, that's the 20 cents is gone. Anyway, it wasn't overly much chop, except for that one. But anyway, that'd be, look, if you found those, you'd be quite happy. You know, if you didn't have an 81, 3.5 core Canadian minted, privy marked, with the curved base letters and the flat planchet. It's flat because they use less pressure. The Welsh and the Canberra one, you see them, they push down. There goes another one of my lights. And then Bradman, because we all like having that coin around. I like that. That light went out on me again. I'm going to run out of light. Anyhow, and then that 2001 I-spaced RB join is, you know, like the coin of the week for me. For sure. That is absolutely, come on, let's get it up there. Absolutely scarce as chook's teeth, that. No kidding. See how the R runs into the B? On the all space, that stops right at the bottom of that R. But you need to look at my videos so you can see what I'm talking about. That the top of the B, that serif coming out, they left it on the bottom of it, on the all spaced, and the R leg stops square, but the gap between it is about a third of the gap that you're seeing there between the I and the R. About a third. It's like as thick as a bee's wing. It really is hard to tell. But the one thing given away is this and the all joined, they have serif eyes, which has those handlebars at the top and bottom. The all spaced, plain and simple. It's just straight up and down. It doesn't have any, it has just the blob at the top and the bottom because it's non-serif. So there's another one to be able to tell easily if you can't tell that gap. Look at the eye. If it's non-serif and it looks like a straight up down chip, doesn't matter if you can't see that gap, it's a large head. because the all join and I-spaced RB join both have serif font. Only the large head has non-serif. That goes for every coin. Alright, so there you go. But that is definitely a find of the week, because I've only got, that's like 3 in 4 years or something. I mean, you know, you just do not come across these. They're extremely hard. If anybody, if people are, you know, the collectors are getting these, all of them, you'd be scouting around looking at uncirculators that people are selling, or, you know, trying to have a look at that to see if it is or not. And sometimes you need to have it in the hand. So that would be missing out of a lot of people's set of 3 varieties, 3 obverse varieties for that, and 1 reverse variety with a small SD. So yeah, all join, all spaced, and 1 I-spaced RB join. The hardest to find in these and the federations. Yeah, and in the federation, in degrees of hardness. I know the ACT, like I said, extremely rare to find the ACT. And I can't remember for the others, so I can't say the degree of how hard they are, but they will be. Unless it was, you know, say Queensland might have just come out with I-spaced RB join, then if that's all it is, then that's common for that. You get me? So each coin will have its own ranking of how hard the I-spaced RB is to find. So anyway, so that's definitely a huge find, massive. Try finding that one. There's a challenge for you. Get your 20 cents and try finding it on that and the federations. So I worked out with those, with the platypus 20, with this platypus 2001, and with the Federation 9 coins, states and territories. There's definitely 22 different coins to find, with up to possible 28, just to give you an idea. So that's the most varying coins for anything we have out there, is the combination for those coins. The full set to me would be between 22 and 28 for a full set of Federation and Platypus 2001 20 cents. So hop to it and see how you go. That's a hell of a lot of coins. It's the most of any variety coin together for sure. That's not, my light's gone out. I'll put this one back on. That's lovely condition, isn't it? I haven't looked over here. Good. Hello. That's good. If I don't have to look over, I'm happy. That's really nice condition. Jeez, it's spot on. Yeah, I don't normally keep them. Yeah, a bit hard not to keep that one. That's just shining at me. 2012. I just sent Wisey off Crop Circle one of these for his coins that he sent me, that I put in the gratitude coin album, the Snake Eyes 2022 error, cut error, with all dots on it. They all seem to have the dots on them anyway. All around here, raised dots, 10s of them on the 22s. And 2 honeybee $2 sent to me as well. I think I'm having a hard time only giving. Oh man, I can't believe my lights are all telling me bye bye, and I don't know what that was. Something, I can't see a message come up, so notification. Anyway, I'll quickly try and get through these. I've only got 5 rolls. I'm not going to worry about all cuds around here. Just check all your coins at the back, 50 cents is for all the cuds on the back of them. Around the kangaroo. Down the kangaroo back. I'll just stay on there, down the kangaroo back, all around the shield, up there, that spot's there, all along the top there, on the feet down here. and dye fill and dots and stuff. You can get on these all over. You can get dots. And the only other thing you're going to find on them is that's a bit off there, no, is lamination floors. Might get the occasional die crack, but that and the shadow bars on the other ones I've mentioned. 22 gets a bubble just there. If you put it there, if there was a raised dot there, raised cut, it'd show. Just square off that from the Queen's crown and the hair about there, straight up there'll be a raised dot. On the 21s, it's the exact same spot, but it's a die crack, crop circle. In this, it turned to a dot, straight off, like that. And then on this side, you can get a dot under the beak, just there. And if you do get a dot there, raised dot, complete dot, look down here because you'll have a complete dot down there. And the other one to find there in the exact same spot where the dot is a crop circle. But the dot, I'm assuming, came afterwards. The crop circle looks like a donut, thick donut, and I reckon it just filled in and finally fell out and became a complete hole in the die, and made a nice round, real nice round dot there. It stands up beautiful. But when I checked mine, I found it had one here, and I checked the other two I got, and they all three have got a raised dot just there and a raised dot under the beak. So look for them anyway in the 22s. Crop circles and double dot reverse, and a dot on the front. So dot at the crown, or bubble, whatever you want to call it, dot bubble, or cud, round cud, half egg, half egg. So one on the obverse and 3 on the reverse side. Double bar, just can't quite see that. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. So a double bar variety, 1980. I just sold a set of them on eBay about 50 minutes ago. Before I came on here. Oh, where's my toe? I'll keep going as long. I've got a couple here. These lights hang out. I don't get too much to talk about. Yeah, it's starting to pick up the rain outside again, sort of off and on, but they said rain. Still haven't had it fixed in here yet, which they're getting to. Standard 80 double bar. Yep. 83, you can get shadow bars on this. I've got one in the pack over there, in actual fact. I was going to photo it, or I already did and put it up, I can't remember. So you get the crop circle on here, just there, no. Under the beak. Come up a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. I can still see what's going on there. Oh look, New South Wales. Cool. Another one. So I think New South Wales are 3 mil. No, they're 2 mil. 2 mil. I got them as 2 mil. And South Australia and Queensland are the only ones that are 2.3 mil. Every other, so all the other states are 2 mil. Oh, what am I doing? I'm throwing it to the pile. We'll be keeping that. Oh, fetties. Yeah, I'm going to look at that one. I haven't been checking for trail lines on here. I've got tons. Mentioned them a million times in my other videos. So trail lines on the 2001, they're raised lines. They're not die cracks, but they're raised. Go and look at the video, and you'll see what. Well, look at the video so you can see what to look for on the 2001 here. But look up trail lines, AIL. And you'll come across the American coins. We didn't have nothing here about them. It was all overseas I learnt from, because America's got tons of them with their coins. The one with the steps, and I think now it's a 1 cent, in actual fact, the steps at the back. But anyway, if you look them up, and you'll see the coins that have got them, trail lines, what possibilities they are, what causes them. But yeah, they're pretty good, and they're the only coin I know is the 2001, and that's why there's nothing about them. Nobody picked them up, I don't think, and I'm not saying I did, but I'm pretty sure I did. I don't think anyone else had picked up on them, because in fact, I don't remember. I had to look up, see, there was no one here told me anything about it, so I'm assuming I was the first one that actually picked it up and started investigating what they were. But, yeah. Lack of information, just basically due to the fact that no one picked it up, and it's only the only coin I know we've got that on there, that type of error. It's not too bad, 96. If you were looking for one for your set, you would take that for sure. You'd be lucky to get a better one for quite a while. Get shadow bars too, this one, the 96. But yeah, that's mightn't look very good to you. But believe me, I'll keep it there and we'll see if we get what the average 96 looks like. 19 million of them, and I tell everyone every time, you'll end up buying one because it's going to take you so long to go through 50-cent pieces for you to find a 96 to match all your really nice coins that you've got. They've got a 97 like this one, you know, even that. That was more silvery than that. These tend to, these are the only ones I'm pretty sure that go a gold colour when they start toning up, getting all their patina and tone to them, of all the commemorates. So I've got a really nice 97 the other day, 4.3 mil. You get shadow bars on these. I'll keep it there, but I won't be keeping it because I've got some. They're not that hard to find. Like the 85, 93s, 2019 JC, 2019 IRB, and the 2020. That's the 450 cents I want. They're all millions. 1 million, well, just above on the 19 and the 20. But yeah, what I am looking for on this is the die crack. Yeah, so that's the million club, I call that. Nice 83, but alright, there's a shadow bar. Again, I tell you, whenever you find something top notch that you want your variety to be, or in that case the error, shadow bar error, they just don't turn up. Oops. Alright. 2 to go. And then I've got some sales that have happened on eBay. As we're talking, I had auctions finishing, so I've got a few sales there. Wrap them up with my other stuff I've got wrapped, and over to the post office. Oh, and I've got to pick up something there too, my post box. So that's alright. 95. That's how good the 97 was the other day. Oh, better than that. But it gets a different, it gets a like chrome silver look to it compared to how these older coins tone up. They tone up different. Let me come up a bit closer. I've got glasses on, but I'm still standing up a mile from it. Not too close now. Let me just see if I can get that a little better. Looking for the snake eyes. It's got something going on there. Let's see. Oh, let me see. Yeah, it's got one cut. So what we're looking at is that little dark spot there. The little spot, that's a chip out of the die. That's the first eye of the snake eyes. Pretty sure. Yep, that's where they'll end up, right there. So this is the start of the snake eyes, and it looks like it started straight off as a diamond chip. So something's pushed into it, I'd say, because if we look over, there's the other ones have got tons of dots all over them. There's tiny ones on those reed tip edge. You can see a couple there. If I looked up close, they'll be all over it. On the edge of that one, there's 2 or 3 on it, just midway up the tail on the reed. But yeah, excuse me, but the ones I've got with the snake eyes on them, or a few more die cracks than that one, but there was a few dies for sure, because that one's clean all around it. The ones I got have got a die crack there going on, or chip, and next to it the little die crack starting, and with other cuds around it, like the one just above that on the reading, just near the emu's head there. You see that little one? Right in the middle now. Anyway, so that doesn't happen. So I'm guessing there's going to be a few dies had the problem. But yeah, little dots all over. I reckon somebody's wiped it with the rag, and then they did it again and put more on there, because the dots were getting worse and worse. I can see I've got a set of 4 of them, 5, and they're progressive. That one is got the one eye there clearly, but it doesn't have all the dots. You can get them rotated 30 degrees out. One notch out. Yeah, so anyway, that's good. I'll go together with my other ones and see if I can put it together and show it starting to happen, and the snake eyes appearing, and then whatever happens after that, if it got worse or they found it and changed the dye. Not sure, but Wisey sent me that mail call I did. If you want to see it, it's in there, the snake eyes. I've got to do some pictures, put them on the post, put them on Facebook too. Shows, but yeah, they're really top-notch one, and they're like diamonds, 2 diamond eyes. That's why looking at this one, this is exactly half of the one he sent me. The other ones I got look like they're building up to that snake eyes, but they actually got other little cracks around them and little dots and that, so they don't correspond with each other. So I'm gathering that somebody had a dirty rag and just kept wiping it with greasy rag, wiping it out, and didn't change the rag. Kept, just kept putting those little bits on there. Or there was wind blowing in there and dusty blowing on it, and blew all the little foreign bits on there. But it's been struck through tons of foreign bits, all the little dots all over it. So yeah, Dot City. That's twice I finished with a 76, if anyone was taking any notice. Oh, wait on. Oh, I dropped a couple of coins there. Last one. Yeah, I finished with a 76, the one before. For the last one. This is the last one. Oh, Stephen, how you going, buddy? As from the 3rd of April, you can only take out $50 a day of coins. So you think noodling's on its way out? Well, not really. $50 of 5-cent pieces. You'll probably find more stuff in value than you will in your 50-cent pieces if you've gone. So no, your 5s and 10 cents, I've said it before, there's tons in there, between those two. There's quite a lot to find. 2021, the crop circle, can't even see it, it's fingerprinted. It's been hit. They're going to disappear just from people. It's in a vulnerable spot. I've got maybe 20 of them, and I'll be not stop collecting them. I'll keep them. As long as I find them, I'll be keeping them, because won't be enough to go around later on in time, because they're going to get hit, and you can't call it as being a crop circle or anything if it's got hits and right on it, right next to it, or harder to find anyway. And they're going to be in a real bad spot. That is a real dirty Eddie Marbo. It's 1.4 million. I'll show him at the end, but that'll be going back. That won't be. There's another one, Queensland. New South Wales, Queensland. The last three I found was New South Wales, Queensland and South Australia. Can you believe that? So this is from my little bank, and those last ones were from my normal bank. So, yeah, pretty good. So, yeah, they're all between 2 and 3 million. I think Queensland's like 2.3 million. Nearly similar. The 20 cents were lower. All of them were lower. No, it's clear there, nothing at all. Three shadow bars, nothing. 2000 millennium incused flag would be nice. Nothing ever on them except lamination floors. Shadow bars, nothing. 2014 crop circle, 2 of them. You can get one in there and one on the foot, as well as multiple errors all over this. The 14s, 13s, 16s and 10s, with the 10s being the worst. And then 11, 12s, 15s, on and off. 11 probably the lowest amount, the hardest, yeah, not the hardest, but the scarcer to find with errors on it. I got one the other day. Everything else I always find is 14, 15, 16, 10, 14, 15, 16. The occasional 12, 13, 11 is the lowest out of those years of finding cuds on them. They had a good run that year. But the 2010s are shockers. Same as the 13 and the 16. So I'll show everyone again, anybody new on here, see all, if you find your old 50 cent pieces or your 20 cent pieces or your 10s or your 5s, doesn't matter. Any of the copper or nickel. And you see these lines in them. Well, you see dirty lines in them. And they'll always be running the same way. Either that way, it doesn't matter which, they'll be running there, it doesn't matter. They'll always run vertical, perpendicular to each other. Is that the right word? And so you can see there's dirt, clean and dirt. And that's what it is. It's all the impurities in the metal when it was produced. It had a lot of foreign components in there. So it'll be sand and dust. If you get metal in there, you'll see, because you'll see rust spots. But mainly sand and dust. And the sand and dust shows what I call glacier lines. It shows just like in glaciers. There's your dirty stuff, that's clean. There's all dirt in there. This one's got them running all the way across, and what will eventually happen is it'll break down the sand and the dust, and when it does, it's not metal, and the metal underneath isn't joined to this metal on top, so it's fresh air, and it can't hold, so it starts breaking and splitting, and that's a metal peel and a lamination floor, and it's because all the impurities break down. And if you get them really bad, it'll split in half. yeah, so that's what that will eventually happen to that. It will eventually start getting lamination peel all over it. And again, normally when I talk about it and I start really checking, there'll be signs of it already starting. But you can just see them all. I call them glacier lines because that's what I see in the glaciers when you look on top, dirt and clean. And it's exactly the same as a glacier because that's all dirt and dust in there. Well, that's the same as this, dirt and dust. Anyhow, so that's what it is. If you're curious as to what those lines are that you see all the time, you can get them on both sides. You can't see there. But that's what they are, impurities. And they'll become lamination flaw and split. Like I said before, nothing happens. Current millennium incuse. No, looking for the incuse flag on this. The variety, which it doesn't have a bigger star and it's smooth inside. And the actual flag itself is tilted about 1/2 degree to the right. This points into that middle, exact on that intersection. The incuse flag sits about 1/2 mil up, and here it sits away. And so when they made that die with the incuse, that flag was just a bit skewed to the right. So yeah, there you go. So not only the flag and the star's different, but the position of the flag is tilted to the right about 1/2 degree. 2004, you can get these with the shadow bars. And you can get pointed A's, just like the big large head, but they're in the proof and the mint sets. You can find them in there, but not in circulation. If you found one in circulation, a pointed A, it'll be from a mint set or a proof set. You'll be able to tell the difference by the mint and all of it anyway, no problems. Looking for the Fruit Loop crop circle, not there. Alright, that's it, they're done. All done and dusted, finished. I'm hungry, I want some lunch, what's the time? Yeah, on the roo's feet, yeah, lots of them, yeah, down here, yeah, that's pretty common. In fact, I've got to say that on the back of the 50 cents, they're all common, wherever you find them. On the join there, on the feet here, on the reading in here, anywhere around that shield, just between those points on the emu, between those points on the emu, anywhere along the top of there, yeah, just in that point in there, and anywhere in his crutch region there, and then anywhere in the tail, all the way up to here. Never had nothing past that. And on the biceps, yeah, so, and inside the 0 too. You can get it. Never had any come off there though. Get them on the toes too. So watch out for that, because those toes look like they're cutting themselves, so watch out for that down there. Yeah, you can get them all over them. Pretty common on the 50s. It's what years might not be common, you know, and scarcer, but it seems to be a common area. They got common, what do you call it? Dye weaknesses when they made them. Yeah. So let me just zoom out of here. So Willy's MilkBar, that was 2 colours, $2. An extremely scarce, rare 2001 eye-spaced RB joint. Check that, because you will not be seeing many people pulling these out unless they're lucky on a Federation. But on a platypus, where is it? I don't know if I can get it in there now. I can get it like that for you to see. Even though it's out of focus, you can see that gap between the I and the R. But let me see if I can. I've got to work out where to put my magnifying glass if I need to move both up there. So you can see the space between the I and the R. Alright, so you can get all joined, all spaced, and I-spaced RB join. This is the scarcest of all of them to find. You'll find your large head, 50 of them to one of these. You'll find your all joined, 1,000 of them to one of these. I can't stress how hard these are to find. That is extremely scarce find. That's the find of the week. Even if I had an 85, that would whop over that. You're not going to find these every day. Extremely hard. Scarce. Not hard to find, scarce to find. Well, hard to identify too. That's why you need to look at my videos to get it right. Because it can be very hard to decipher between that one and the all joined, all spaced, all right? And sometimes the all joined. But simply, the large head of all our denominations all have a straight up and down chip, non-serif eye. This and the all joined both have serif eyes. They got T-bars. The large head has none. So even if you can't see the gap, if it's a straight up and down chip, it's a large head. And the RB will look different too. The R stop's dead. The B is the same. The tip on the bottom of the B comes out. That's what makes it hard to see the gap between the I, between the RB on the all spaced. But look at the I. If it's a straight up and down chip, it is a space there. Look at it from that way, down. And I find, see how it's better to see the gap. Always look down that way for these. All these coins look from up down. All right. So that is extremely, can't take, it's extremely rare. It's scarce, very hard. Nice 96. Just to show you, to me, that's nice in here. They're so hard to find. This is your standard 96. Worse. They're really hard. Again, I just pulled that out just to show that I'm showing you something that you might not think looks very good. But when you're noodling these 50 cents and you're looking for a 96, you're going to know exactly where I'm coming from as to, do I go through tens of thousands to get one that looks like anywhere near that? And that's pretty ready. Well, like that. It's tens of thousands of dollars or $10,000 of 20s, I don't know, of 50s, I mean, or go and buy one. And if you can't be bothered going through that many, well, you'll end up buying one. So yes, they're extremely hard. 19 million of them, but these are just all just crap. Not very good. So 81. So Woody's MilkBar down there. Willy's MilkBar. Woody again. I'm through with the 81. Always find one down there. And the Bradman. And look, somebody's put that in. Didn't realise how scarce that is. And good to show you guys. I haven't found one to even show anyone in all the years on it. You know, that's the truth. I showed them the other week, but that was because I already had them. I showed the three of them and how to tell the differences that I put on. But that was to show you guys. I haven't pulled out one of them in any noodle and said, oh, look. I just haven't. I don't remember having it. That's just to let you know, they're rare. Then 1980 double bar variety, right in there. Real nice 77, 25 mil on them, but that's lovely. And you can find every coin you want is in here. Look, that's 77 to Eddie at 14, 17. He's been, I'll see if I can wash him first before doing it with him, put him back. Beautiful. New South Wales and Queensland Federation 50s. Really nice 97. A little bit faded out, but it is nice. It's got a little bit of appeal to it, doesn't it? Sort of. Might be going back. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Beautiful. what was that, 22 now? Oh, they had the one eye Willy. I was just watching the Goonies too, isn't that weird? I like that show, the Goonies. That's what made my girls, I've always put that on. But yeah, one eye, one diamond eye. Let me see how close I can get up there. Yeah, just anyway, it's got one diamond eye. We could see it better before. It's there, it's a diamond eye anyway. But that's the start of the snake eyes. It's in this, it's in the right spot for it. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the start of the snake eyes. One eye, right there. It's only tiny. For the snake eyes, it's got to get bigger yet. Not much, but it's in the, it's already pyramid shape or diamond shape, so it just gets built on even more. But yeah, they look really cool. They're like pyramids spread out. Two of them when they get to exactly to the snake eyes. And thanks to Wisey, I got one. Yeah, that's in the book anyway. My gratitude coin album, that's in there. That's my last mail call. You have a look at that, you'll see it. And I will try to take some photos and post up and put on Facebook so you can see the snake eyes, unless I already did, I can't remember. I've been putting stuff up, getting ahead of myself. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. That one there, that, you know, to make my sets, I've got the all space, large head, I've got the all join, but I haven't got these for making up the sets of 3. And there's people that have asked, that, you know, there's people that are waiting in the wings for a set. I've got some there, I just haven't told them. Well, they might know now. Yeah, so they're probably, anyway, they'll be going. But yeah, they're really sought after, the 3 varieties for them, because with that one in there, you know, and I don't do them separate, make sure they're all together. So you got comparisons to be able to tell the difference between this, that all space, because that's the one people don't believe on, because it's so hard to tell. All right. Why is he? Yeah, buddy, I was just talking about his ears must have been burning. Oh, he's sitting in the background, mate, waiting. Yeah, but yeah, I'm doing well, Steve, Jobby, Michael, Wisey, and yeah, so that's time to rock and roll off. And if you were in the background listening, you'll know, and I showed you that one snake eye, one eye Willy. This is a real tiny, just the first start to him, just there. I don't know how close I can get with this. It's only tiny, but it's a nice pyramid shape. So it's just the start of where it's starting to happen. I'm going to show what this one does. Hang on, I'm going to hold it. Oh, it is there. It's a nice diamond. I had it up nice before, didn't I? I wanted to show Wisey because he sent me that one. There it is. One eye. Just starting off. But he's a diamond shape already. I had it before. But he's a nice diamond shape already. Let's try and turn it around and see if I can get it. So yeah, so anyway, that's the start of him. And only a couple of dots around it too, Wisey. Just say there's only a couple. There's one, there was one just up here starting, just a couple tiny. I have to look over it better, but it doesn't look like it's got too many going. I saw on the edges of these reading here, there's on there. A couple of them on there, one there. There's one here all along the top. Yeah, but yeah, so that looks a little bit of weakness going on there too, isn't there? Anyway, so yeah, so I'll try and get all those ones I've got, those other ones I showed last night, with those other 4 with your snake eyes, which I've put in the book, by the way, and your bumblebees are in there. And the graduate coin album, and I'll see if I can get some sort of progressive error going, you know, and try and get them in order. And they're probably going to be different dies, but, you know, try and get an idea because they're in the same place. But definitely reckon somebody wiped it out with a rag and kept the same dirty, greasy rag and wiped them all out. I don't know. That happens. People don't think. Human error. Because there's so many dots all over it, or human error on the doors left open, the dust is getting in. I don't know if the rooms that they've got in there are dust proof. I'm pretty sure they would be, because you have that in your spray rooms and everything. So who knows, could be dust got blown in, some, who knows. But little bits of stuff was all over the dies anyway with that one. Okay, so that's it. I'm going. And I'm going to go and eat. And I haven't got no pies, so I have to find a sandwich or something. But anyways, thanks for dropping in. And I'll be back. I'm just saying, I've probably got a mail call coming there. I've got to go down to the post office. There's something sitting there. So unless, I don't know, it could be off Michael. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, peoples, have a good day, and I'll catch everybody on the next noodle or the next mail call. I forgot to add from Willy's MilkBar that I got 2 large head 2001 all spaced, and I can prove on here the all spaced. If you look at the eye, it's a straight up and down chip, because it's non-serif. You see, the lettering is non-serif. All large heads are. Okay, so you can just tell straight away it's a straight up and down chip. Where's the other 2001? See what it's got. A bit better minted or something there. Where are we? Let me just get there. Yeah, there you go, that's better. But see, they're non-serif. But that spacing doesn't happen like that on the 2001 20 cents. The RB is just the bees wings difference. Bees wings difference. So just while I'm trying to keep it still. So it's not like that. That's why you need to look at my video to show you the small gap on the 2001 20 cents. Would have been good if they were like this. 10 cent. Well, that's better instead of holding it. Can't get the distance right. Oh, you can see it there now. But anyway, so the eye is a straight up and down chip compared to that. It has T-bars and they're all serif. Alright, so there you go. So the easy way to tell a hard head, a large head, singing Cheech and Chong, anyway, is just look at the eye. It's a straight up and down chip. So anyway, so that was Woody from Willy's MilkBar. Woody. Let me come on. So yeah, 2001 large heads, the Bradman, the very scarce 2001 high-spaced RB join, platypus, 81, 3.5 claw, and a 2020 with the code error on the top of the O. That's there. Die chip. It's a die crack really. Looks like it, but it's cracked right through on the top there, on the edge of there. And then another really scarce find from down there at Woody's is a 1998 with cuds filling the lyrebird's tail. I've never had one. Nothing under 99. So for me, since 99 when I started off with the 99 era, 10 cents. That's what got me going with the cut in there. Because it was on the news, and I went down and got some from Safeways, and I got 3 of them out of 12 coins. And it started me off with these. I was doing pre-decimal before that. And I haven't had one before 99. I'm positive I haven't. So that's two extremely scarce things turning up down there at Woody's. The ice-based RB join variety, and that multiple cut error on the 98. That's quite amazing. So yeah, I encourage, go down your local shops, get stuff from your local shops, local, everywhere, somewhere like that. And I've got, that's really good, and always adds that bit of spice, bit of different, so very happy from Woody down there with them. The colours, yeah, all right, but they're common fodder. But yeah, so anyway, that's very nice. And the rest from my little bank, beautiful. Keeps giving me these federations. God knows where they're coming from. I've never seen so many noodling. Usually pretty far in between, but I seem to be getting 2 and 3s each time. What did I get the other day? 5. Quite amazing. Oh, right, yeah. I didn't say nothing, Wisey, but yeah, I'm Michelle. I was going to say, yeah. Well, it could be French, mate, and it is Michelle, because it is French. It goes either way, Michelle, male, female. Yeah, so yeah, great stuff. Anyway, good fun. It was a good afternoon, lunchtime. And I'm going, and subscribe, support, like, share, Facebook me, poke me. I don't even know what poke is on there. I've got to look it up yet. Poke me on Facebook, poke him. And friend me, follow me over there on my Facebook. Yeah, so real good. Anyway, have a good day, and I'll talk to everybody later. Well, I'll have that mail call coming anyway, but probably tomorrow. I'll see. Anyway, what I'll do. So have a good day, and I'll catch everybody next time. Thanks for dropping in, and bye-bye.